then the flag would have been fine. They could have, not, but because the way he threw it and it come off and it hit the back, it was uncatchable any fucking way.
That's true.
So that's why he basically did just stick. Usually I don't stick up for Tom Brady. Okay, because I can't do it, but I think they got it right. It's very few times that they get shit like that right, but they got that right, I think.
Do you think, did you see Brady broke a record in that game? Like most.
He's only been playing for like 50 years. Of course he broke a record.
Not wrong.
And I swear it feels like Tom Brady been around forever, dude. Like he done been on like 20 Maddens. I know he has.
I mean, you can't forget the power of longevity. He's been in the league forever. Same thing with LeBron, in the league forever, just accumulating stats.
God, it just amazes me how long it seems like LeBron's been in the league, and it has been. I mean, it's been 15 years at this point. But good Lord, man, I remember when that dude was coming in out of high school. But this is not a basketball show. This is a football show. This is the Huddle, and we will be right back and talk about this and more. Thank you for joining us.
No stopping us. Fly without boarding pass. Couldn't catch me, I'll be moving fast. Call me a shooting star. Let them know who you are. Flying up in a bar. Wish on a star. Time to show them who's in charge. Call me a shooting star.
Didn't even get to cross.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the Huddle NFL podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. William D. Morgan, and I'd like to bring in two of the finest co-hosts and hosts in all of the world. First, let me bring in my main man, Tommy. Tommy, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. I love how he just put you on blast like that, just left your ass hanging. He was just like, click, the hell with him, let him die. If he dies, he dies.
And next, my XFL buddy, the man who brought all this together. Please welcome Mr. Josh Haney. You son of my bitch.
I love you, buddy, but it was just I had to get the rib. Like I had to. I'm sitting here and I'm like, I've done the intro like for 3 weeks. I know we didn't discuss it. Okay, who's getting it?
William was like,
I love you, buddy. I'm sorry.
He was like, oh, yeah, I'm on a podcast. Yeah, I'm going to get somebody to talk.
Wow. I got to say something. Let me hurry up.
This shit was funny. I don't give a damn who you are.
I'm going to get payback for that one day, but
all right, man. So how's everyone doing tonight? Hope everyone's having a fantastic week.
That was a great way to start the show. We are here to discuss week 8 It was a crazy week in the NFL. We had some great games, some bad calls, and all of the above. And we're going to discuss it right here. All right, Tommy, take us away. What's the first game?
First game up is the Falcons and the Panthers. The Falcons actually finally get a damn win. 25-17. Matt Ryan, 21 for 30, 281 yards, and one interception. Julio Jones, 7 receptions for 137 yards. Maybe they have starting to find their niche.
But what are they? They're 2-5 now, right?
They're 2-6.
2-6.
2-2 for away games. So it really don't matter. But the Panthers is the ones I was more concerned about in this because the Falcons already been crumbling all damn year. So that would,
Teddy Bridgewater didn't have a particularly good game. Matter of fact, went out due to injury a little bit in the earlier stages of the game. Mike Davis didn't do hardly anything in this game. And his time was about to come up because McCaffrey's supposed to be coming back this coming week. So for everybody who had Mike Davis in fantasy, I don't see a timeshare, so you might have to go another way. What's up, Gene?
What's up, Moose?
But I think that was the issue. The Falcon defense finally made things a little tough for Teddy. They already played early in the season, so they knew what to expect from him. They was able to game plan for him a little bit better.
Yeah, Mike was had 13 carries for 66 yards. They had no running game in that at all. So next up, the Patriots and the Bills.
Cam messed it up. Cam. Ooh, Cam.
Patriots drop it. Bills 24-21 over the Patriots.
So I didn't to watch a lot of football this weekend. What was Cam blew it?
Ooh, Cam blew it. He tried to get in for the score and he fumbled the football. The Bills were covered and that ended the game, bruh.
Yeah, he's not been doing too hard. That's why he was benched last week.
And I thought it might have been due to the fact he was still recovering from COVID, but no.
I just
look healthy this week at least because I heard last week he looked like shit. Like just
he looked terrible.
Not gameplay. I'm talking just physically.
Yeah. And,
well, he was a whopping 15 for 25 for 174 yards. So that pretty much sums up his game for you. So.
And go back and look at it too. It's not just him. He has nobody to throw the ball to at all. Nobody, a bunch of nobodies. And that's what should make people value what Tom Brady did even more. Because Tom Brady kept him in a winning record and a winning situation with basically people off the street and Edelman. And no.
We talked a while ago. There's been a trade that's probably about to be made for Miami.
Isaiah Ford or Isaiah Williams?
It's Ford. Ford. He's a decent receiver. He's not bad. That'll give Cam someone to throw to, but they still don't have that. I guess you could say that X factor player that they need on offense. So
do you think part of the issue is that Edelman isn't able to get free? I know Edelman isn't what he used to be, yes, but if you bring in someone like Ford's going to pull at least some coverage, maybe open up Edelman. As well as vice versa. So that could be something.
Ford's a big body receiver, too. He reminds me a lot of Kelvin Benjamin from back in the day. So maybe him and Cam can link up and do something.
For all the fans that don't remember before the years of Tom Brady, this is what the Patriots used to be like. Other than that little season that they ran where they choked in the Super Bowl against Green Bay, this is what the Patriots used to be like in my childhood. Next up, you had the Tennessee Titans and the Bengals. Titans drop one here to the Bengals. They look like shit. I watched this game.
What?
Derrick Henry, 18 carries for 112 yards and 1 touchdown. Bureau went 26 for 37, 249 yards for 2 touchdowns. Tennessee just didn't look the same in this game, man. I watched some of it. They just looked rough. I don't know.
Gio Bernard had a decent game too. Out of everything, and like as I keep telling people, there's some talent in Cincy. Hell, John Ross is trying to get the hell up out of there, and they won't let him go. But with Boyd, AJ Green, T. Higgins, Mixon was out. Bernard was able to step in for him. Joe Burrow. They got talent there. They got some, and plus you just can't think you're gonna win a game when a team is beneath you like that. You have to come and play every game. And I think they had a letdown against Pittsburgh and not call them up in this one.
Yeah, the Bengals records probably indicate that they probably overlooked Cincinnati. Cincinnati is now 2-5-1, and so they probably overlooked them a little too much. Thought they was going to go on and just kind of ramrod them, and it didn't happen that way. Cincinnati prepared and played them hard, and then they ended up getting the job done.
Yep.
Let's see. Who else had a decent game? Corey Davis had 8 receptions for 128 yards and 1 touchdown, so it's not too bad, but Tennessee's got to do better than that, especially as good as they've looked, because they've been on fire.
That was their first loss, right?
No,
they're 5-2.
They're 5-2 now.
2-1 at 2-1 in away games.
I need AJ Brown to continue to play well. I need Corey Davis to continue to play well. Juju Smith has got to be more active. I like Juju at the tight end spot. He's got to be a little bit more active. But that Titans team, even though they lost this week, when they come prepared and mentally ready, that's a tough out.
All of my teams tanked this week.
Wait a minute. Wasn't the Titans on a bye? I mean, the Texans on a bye?
Yeah.
So how they take if they on a bye?
I'm not talking about the Texans. I'm talking about my fantasy.
Oh, yeah. My fantasy looks pretty horrible. I've not messed with it a whole lot. Briggy's in one of my fantasy things, and he's like, dude, just trade me Adams. You're not paying attention, no way. I'm just like, well, I'm not, because, I mean, I go to open it up and I'm like, damn, he's injured? He's injured? Shit, I ain't even moved these guys. They're just sitting there.
Everybody here, just sitting there. I already right to their name, just sitting right there.
Before we move on to the next game, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was still going. My bad. Next game up, Raiders and the Browns. Raiders are gets the win on this one. Baker Mayfield was 12 for 25, 122 yards. This looks like it was a tight one. It was there wasn't a whole lot of scoring that went on. What does the Browns need to do to what are they missing the most? Because I know they're only missing like 1 or 2 pieces. What do they need?
Quarterback.
They got a quarterback.
You don't think Baker's the guy?
Baker ain't the guy.
Dude, Baker is definitely the guy. He is the guy.
He's not the guy.
He's the guy for the Browns. As many bad quarterbacks they have had, he is like God.
He need to go. He need to go. He's missing open reads. He's underthrowing the football. He's overthrowing the football. He's not looking very confident back there. I know OBJ is out, but that doesn't mean you don't have weapons. You still got Jarvis Landry. Kareem Hunt still healthy. And what about them running the football to help protect Baker? They stopped running the football.
That I don't understand. I will say that they had one of the best running games in the league at the beginning of the season. And then all this, I realized Nick Chubb is out. And he was the heart we discussed. I went into a rant on this last week. But still, Kareem Hicks was doing a good job. Johnson was doing a good job. They need to go back to like they did against Dallas, just pounding that run game. That sets Baker up. And that's when I agree with you, Tommy. If you have a strong run game, Baker is the guy. He thrives under the play action. We've all said this 1,000 times. The play action doesn't work if you don't have a strong run game.
That's right.
And so
to elaborate on what Will was saying there about Jarvis, he did only target him four times. He had 4 receptions. He had a whopping 4 receptions for 52 yards. That's not going to get Cleveland any wins.
And I know Austin Hooper's out too, but still, no. If Baker is that guy, he should have pulled that game out. They had a chance to win it, and if Baker was the guy, he would have found a way. Now, if he got blown out, that's fine. But if Baker's that dude, he should have pulled out that win.
I just think that the Browns will always be the place where draft picks go to die. Next up, you got the Indianapolis Colts and the Detroit Lions here. Colts lay a slacking on the Lions, 41-21. Phillip Rivers is feeling pretty good at home down in Indiana.
What's their overall record right now?
Their overall record is 5-2.
5-2.
What?
Yeah, they're playing really well. They got one of the better
really
They got one of the better defenses in football.
5-2. That's a tie with Tennessee for the South right there, man. I didn't think there was any competition for Tennessee. This is hard for me. This is hard because usually I do not root for any AFC South teams, but this year I understand the Texans season are over, so I like seeing Phillip Rivers doing well in Indianapolis. In Tennessee, man, like they're gonna get it together.
But from these stats here and some of the other stats I've looked at, some of these other Colts games, because I've been trying to keep an eye on them just a little bit, just because Phillip Rivers is over there. Mm-hmm. They don't have no running game. Jordan was 20 carries for 89 yards.
Well, let me say this: their main rusher got hurt. I believe he's hurt. He had some red zone opportunities. He missed them. I think he's dealing with an ankle injury. That's why you saw Wilkins and Hines get most of the action because Jonathan Taylor was just ineffective. But again, those guys are catching the football out of the backfield, screwing on short runs. The defense is playing out of its mind right now. That's going to be another tough team in the AFC.
Next game up, I had actually forgot about this game. This was a good game too, and it made my day. The Vikings versus the Packers. Vikings get it done, 28-22.
What?
Aaron Rodgers was 27 for 41, 291 yards with 3 touchdowns. Devin Cook had 30 carries for 163 yards.
And still lost. Look, Green Bay needs linebacker help. Green Bay needs secondary help. Ain't nowhere in the world Dalvin Cook should have rushed for that many yards yesterday. And then Rodgers needs another receiver too. Your boy Will Fuller was being rumored to go over there, but for some reason they didn't pull the trigger on it.
From what I heard, he's on the no trade list. From what I've heard, which I'm okay with, but
for the Texans, I understand.
Yeah, he definitely needs another receiver over there. Adams can't do all that by himself.
Nope.
Well, it's funny to me. 2 weeks ago, we were talking Green Bay Super Bowl contenders all the way, but now they're showing the teams are really picking up that.
Hey, W, what's up, bro? How you doing, man?
They're picking up that those weaknesses. What up, Justin?
Yeah, what's up, bro?
He's a kick-ass co-host, by the way.
You know what, Justin? If you're still watching, I'm sending you a link. We're gonna get you on here right now.
It's like hell. What you doing with your day?
Yes.
I know,
Yeah.
right? He could. That
He
man,
I'm just, dude,
dinner.
I'm hurt. I'm
He
on
could be
painkillers.
dinner.
I'm in that mood.
He could
He
be
just-
with dinner. He could be with his girl right now. And here comes Josh. Click, click.
He said, "Of course."
He's down though. He's a soldier, man.
He's a trooper.
He's
He's a
man.
trooper.
He's a trooper.
Maybe he's got that West Virginia internet fix that he had from last Saturday because it was choppy as hell.
Oh.
Let's see. Next
As
up,
long as he don't show no Jimbo Fisher tendencies, we all right.
don't you?
Damn, dude, you just on a hating Jimbo Fisher and Kirby
He's a Kirby.
mood this week. Like
Yes,
you just
he's a
hating on
Kirby.
Jimbo and Kirby, just hating on them both.
He's a Kirby. Yes, he's a Kirby.
Hell, Auburn won a game. They might better watch it. They'll give Gus a fucking extension now.
They probably would. They probably would.
All right, next game, coming.
Next game up is, of course, the game I was interested in: Chiefs and the Jets. This was not much of a game. I will say the Chiefs kind of struggled in the first half a little bit, but the Chiefs do get it done, 35-9. I actually thought it would end up being more uglier than that, as bad as the Jets are this year.
Mm-hmm.
They did make an interesting comment that the highest paid player on the Jets is now Bell, who plays for the Chiefs.
And I thought it was kind of interesting too. If you look at the people they traded out this week, they traded everybody out to a contender, so they basically hooked everybody up.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes was 31 for 42 in this for 416 yards with 5 touchdowns. You had Frank Gore, who for New York, who didn't do shit, 10 carries for 30 yards. I bet you was missing Bell in this one. Kelsey had 8 receptions for 109 yards. Dude has got to be like the best tight end in football right
Kelsey is ridiculous, bro. In a position that's almost disappeared in the NFL, like he is still a true tight end. But real quick, here comes your co-host, Mr. Tommy. We welcome for the first time. We welcome for the first time, Mr. Hicks, to the huddle. How you doing, sir?
What's going on, bro?
I'm truly honored. Thank you guys for having me on. I'm a fan of the show. Ready to just talk out of my patootie here for a few minutes, and been watching this election, and the highlight is, will Brandon Randall bring home alderman?
Brandon Randall is going to bring home alderman. That's the only election that this show cares about.
And after he win, he coming on Pinfall Productions.
We're having his State of the Union address will air on the Paradigm Shift.
I ain't letting none of that.
Real men of genius.
Real men of genius. and the best part is that doesn't hurt us voting, because the people of Louisiana have already voted. So the hell with it. If they voted for him,
oh man, if it hurts them, we've been screwing it for weeks.
I've been doing it ever since I got here. I think I made that the first week after the first week I was here, just about. So we'll go ahead and move along. Next game up. Well, we're still on that game. Chiefs and the Jets. What is the Jets are now 0-8 and 0-4 in away games. Chiefs are 7-1 and 3-1 at home.
They settle for Trevor. That's what they're doing. They settle for Trevor.
do you guys think he's the answer? Because they have so many holes on that team to fix. Why can't you do like a Herschel Walker type deal that Dallas did many years back and basically fix your whole team?
I think the issue with that is the fact, what asset do they have left to pull that off?
Oh,
Bell's gone. Jamal Adams gone. Yes.
Oh, they're already.
Oh, KW. That is cold but true.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the assets to pull something like that off, it can't be done.
That's true.
Unless you think Sam Darnold's an asset.
Right. That's true. And they had a player. You're right. You are right, William, because I was thinking more of picks, but it's hard to trade pick for pick,
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, you
Yeah.
maybe you're not going to get 11. You're not going to get a whole football franchise out of one pick. Maybe two.
Unless you're trading with the Texans.
That's true. I'm sorry.
The next game up, I kind of got to laugh because I got a message from my buddy about it, and I'll explain it here in just a second. Next up is the Dolphins and the Rams. The Dolphins get the win 28-17. Golf was 35 for 61 in this, 355 yards. They hit through the ball a lot in this one. The reason I got a laugh out of it was because Matt Slamp had messaged me and sent a bunch of the eyeball emoji. Just said, we better look out for Tula. And then he sent me a message back and was like, never mind, dude's only got 35 yards. Dude's trash.
Yeah.
He was like, how the hell they got 28 points? I was like, I don't know. I ain't watching that shitty game right now.
Go back and watch this game, though, because the only reason why the Dolphins really won, the turnover factor.
They had the best defense fantasy-wise of
Mm-hmm.
the entire week.
And, well, like we said, they just traded one of their good receivers away, too, so that didn't help them none.
Nope. And that schedule is just going to get harder and harder when you play against your Buffaloes and the rest of the AFC.
And what a way to set up your young quarterback for success. Let's try to weigh one of his good receivers so he ain't got no one else to throw to.
Exactly.
Who else does Miami have to throw to besides him?
Well, you got Devontae Parker there, Preston Williams there, got a couple of good running backs that can catch at the backfield with Matt Breida, Jordan Howard. So you do have some weapons down there. But look, you're not gonna get 4 turnovers like that from a game-to-game basis. And he's gonna have to prove he can throw the football. He's gonna have to prove he's a number 1 draft pick. And if he can't prove that, then Miami's gonna be exactly where they wanted to be by Mitchell Fitzpatrick back in the first half of that draft.
Very true. Next up, you got the Steelers and the Ravens. Steelers get it done over the Ravens, 28-24. Lamar Jackson was 13 for 28, 208 yards with 2 touchdowns.
I know Josh wanted to walk on this one.
As much as it pains me, the Steelers are 7-0, and Big Ben is looking fire, bro.
Yeah. Their defense is looking so damn good, dude.
Steel curtain reborn, bro. Like straight up.
Mm-hmm. All turnovers. But I will say this. The Ravens still ran for 265 yards on that defense. They ain't nothing to sneeze at. And if you take away those turnovers, we might be talking about a different football game.
Yeah, no more unbeatens. I missed that game, unfortunately. I had a power outage. And
go ahead, Justin.
Oh, I was just gonna say I couldn't really believe it. Just the last 2 weeks or whatever. It's kind of they've won, but they haven't really outshined. They haven't been skin of their teeth, field goal. We'll take it though. I'm a Steeler fan, but I'm also a player. Before you fire me, Josh, I am a fan of players. So I don't really look at the organization anymore. I look at, that's cool, man. They're 7-0 because I've got so much.
I'll give you a little insight why I hate the Steelers like I do. I've had a lot of really, really good friends that are Steelers fans. That's why I hate them like I do. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But I despise them.
That's a tough team.
I'm also a Texans fan, so everybody gives me shit.
Well, the reason being we have AFC North or local CBS provider.
And your area.
Yeah.
Hey, look at it this way, Josh. Y'all lost your head coach, and you're still the best team in Texas in pro football. So you really can't, but you can't gripe too much.
That will always make me a little happier, Tommy. Thank you very much.
Go back and look at the Steelers on offense.
And
those guys are hard to match up with. Deontay, you don't know who's gonna do what. Deontay Johnson's gonna do something. You don't know what Claypool's gonna do. You know what Juju Smith-Schuster's gonna do. James Conner out that backfield. That's a hard team to match up with.
KW, I posted this just because I knew it was.
I believe that, bro.
It was
I
going to
believe
pop
that,
Tommy. Tommy has a deep-seated hatred for anything Tide, and if you want to hear more about that, just turn into the Gridiron at 8 o'clock on Saturdays.
I hate the Tide you wash clothes with. That's how much I hate the Tide.
I was gonna say you guys use Gain instead of Tide because and you're hoping.
Yeah, don't let the Kansas City gear fool you. I'm from Alabama. I cannot stand the Alabama Crimson Tide. I am Auburn through and through, and I bleed orange and blue, and I cannot stand them sons of bitches.
And on that note, we're going to take another quick commercial break, and we will be right back. All right, Tommy. What's the next one?
Next game up, Chargers and the Broncos. Chargers drop another one. Broncos get it done, 31-30. Let's just be real. We know that Chargers have got their quarterback of the future over there, but he don't have the help that he needs. There's a lot of key pieces that the Chargers need to end up being successful, and they just don't have it all. The Broncos go ahead.
Will they get the pieces they need? Because
I don't know. It's San Diego, man.
Exactly my point. Philip Rivers sat there for what? Philip Rivers sat there for 10 years. I had this discussion with someone this week saying that the Chargers, Philip Rivers is a bad QB. He couldn't do it. Bull crap. Look at Indianapolis. Look at Indianapolis. Look at Indianapolis.
He's doing
and they don't help you none.
The Chargers will never get the pieces that QB needs. He needs to finish off his rookie contract and get the hell out of there.
And then it don't help any. You let Melvin Gordon go. He was your best running back. You trade him for Austin Eckler, somebody who's more of a third down receiver who's always been that to me. And you try to make him into a full-time running back. Now he's hurt. So you're going between Kelly. You're going with Joshua Kelly. No, that's not going to work. He's got Keenan Allen and a boom bust receiver and Mike Williams. That's it. That ain't going to be enough to get it done.
I can't like Mike Williams ever because he killed me in fantasy. Because he killed me in fantasy. He's just the product of former Clemson player, correct?
Yep. That's right.
I mean, they churn him out over there, but his unfortunately his talent hasn't translated to the NFL, so it's not there. They need
He's
to
a
look
bust guy.
And Keenan's not a lead receiver, as you were saying, William.
He's a number two. Keenan's a number two.
Very true. Justin was 29 for 43, 278 yards with 3 touchdowns. Next game up, and I wish Brandon was on here just so I can tell him how lucky they were. The Saints and the Bears. Saints get this one done. 26.
Tommy, direct it all towards Will. Direct it all towards Will. He's a fan. Just direct it all that way.
Yeah. That's true, but it's funner to fuck with Brandon because
Brandon's
also an LSU fan, so I can just give him hell about Louisiana teams. Period.
Yeah.
They got real lucky in this one. It come down to the wire. 52. Shit. The Saints are now 5-2, 2-1 away. The Bears are 5-3, 2-2 at home. Drew Brees was 31 for 41, 280? Yeah, 280 yards with 2 touchdowns.
And they lost?
No, they won.
No,
no, you said
they won. Drew Brees.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna tell you. I'll jump in and kind of defend Brandon just somewhat. When you look at this game, the fourth quarter defense of the Saints has been killing me. It's been killing me the whole time. They were up by 10 and you lose your lead going into the fourth quarter. The defense was able to hold you and go into overtime. Then, when you get a chance to run the clock down to ensure they have no more time left, they get a first down and they go for the field goal, run off the rip. Bruh,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
If you go,
What are you doing?
yeah,
But credit, but I just want to say credit New Orleans. You don't have Michael Thomas, you don't have Emmanuel Sanders, and you're still getting the job done. Alvin Kamara is doing some very special things at that running back spot. He should be up there as one of the best running backs so far this year.
Oh, for sure. Because he's staying healthy also.
Mhm.
I wanted to say that Bears defense really ain't nothing to hang. It's, they're pretty good.
I feel like if it wasn't for a couple of bad passes off some back feet of the Bears' quarterback, this game might have played out a little different. He had some real bad, horrible, like
Nick Foles
shitty. Yeah, I mean, he just he was running like straight back, and he was throwing off his back foot as he was a fall away throw sort of. And it was if he would have just set his damn feet, he had two or three passes. I say that he would have easily completed if he'd have just set his feet. But it's like he had happy feet. And I don't know if it was. I don't know if he did want to get hit or what it was, but.
And I told people the thing about Nick Foles has always been this: in short spans, he's fantastic, but he's never been asked to do it for a whole year. And the times he was asked to do it for a whole year, he either got hurt or he couldn't get the job done. Why y'all think Jacksonville got rid of that man?
Yeah. And the Rams, by the way, the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Rams too.
I did want to say one thing real quick. Quan Alexander coming to you guys, and with the Saints at the deadline, that's huge. That could be a huge.
If he comes in healthy, I doubt if you see him in week 9, you'll probably see him in week 10.
Right.
If he stays healthy, he's going to be a premier run stopper. He sucks in coverage, but when it comes down to stopping the run and rushing the passer are his strengths. And I just think it's a good get for the Saints. He's going to be a 1-year rental because ain't nobody going to eat that contract for the whole year.
Right.
But I think that he will do some good things to help the Saints out on defense.
Yeah, very true. Next up, you had the Niners and the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Niners drop it. Seahawks 37-27 over the Niners. Can't say that I'm disappointed about that at all. The hell with the 49ers. That puts them at 4-4, 3-1 away. The Seahawks are now 5-1 and 4-0 at home.
That team's got must be cursed or something. They lose Jimmy G again this year. Then you just lost Kittle for 6 to 8 weeks, I believe.
Yeah.
He's got a black cat running in the locker room or something's going on with
something. I don't know what it is with the Niners. They've always done that kind of stuff.
I think they're Panthers running through there, William. At the luck they've had. I mean, they've lost their entire defense, basically.
Yeah.
They called me and Josh on the phone the other day to fill in. And I said,
you know what they said to me? They said they offered Justin Hicks a contract before they offered me a contract, and I was like, if Justin Hicks is going, I'm there.
So expect us this week to make her debut.
There you go.
Maybe. It's hard to tell. I'm trying.
And then I heard that they might be calling Tommy too. And I was like, oh shit, they're really
think about it. And come to think, I forget too. They lost Debo.
Yep.
And Richard Sherman, I don't think has played since earlier in the year.
Like 2 or something.
Yeah. They still ain't recovered from that Super Bowl loss, huh?
Nope.
Let's see here. Russell Wilson was 27 for 37 in this game, 261 yards for 4 touchdowns.
DK Metcalf.
Yep.
Woo!
Man. He's getting scary, man. Getting scary.
Let me ask y'all a question on DK real quick. He remind y'all of Megatron?
A little bit.
I mean, he remind y'all of Calvin Johnson. I think he might be bigger than Calvin.
I was going to say, I think he's bigger. Bigger size-wise. We'll see. Because Megatron was fantastic. But DK has been too in his, 2 years?
Yep.
So,
and he's only, 23?
Yeah, he's very young and very scary. Very scary. I hope me and Josh don't have to face him anymore.
Why are you putting me in these positions?
I mean, John Lynch called us. That's all I'm gonna say.
Look, Josh, you gotta make a business decision when you go to tackle that man. That's a business decision.
You're right. You are.
That's like telling me to tackle Derrick Henry and get him down in one hold. Like, that's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Oh goodness. Next up, you have the Cowboys and the Eagles. Of course, no shocker here. Eagles get the win, but not by as much as you would think. It was 23-9.
Yeah.
This should have probably been a bigger win than this, considering how bad the Cowboys are right now, considering they don't have no quarterback. Did I hear a thing that says that Dalton will be back?
It's a possibility for
Nope. He's on COVID-19.
Oh, wow.
COVID-19 list now. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Goodness.
Well, that may okay.
That's right, KW. That's right. How about them Cowboys? How about
them Cowboys?
I saw a meme today. You know, everybody's been posting that meme of that dude chasing that dude down. And I saw one today that said the Jets running, the Cowboys chasing them for that #1 draft pick.
All right.
And they're running hard, man.
All right, fellas. I know the trade deadline is over.
Hang on. We're going to discuss that. We are going to discuss that. We're going to discuss that after we're done with the games. We're going to get to that.
Okay.
I'm laughing at the comments.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a huge Andy Dalton fan, but good Lord.
Me either.
Actually, I would say I almost feel sorry for the Cowboys, but I don't feel sorry for the Cowboys.
Yeah, they
Nope. And you know what?
brought this on himself.
And y'all know
Karma.
what?
It's bad karma.
And y'all know what? They fans will still tell you they're gonna win the Super Bowl this year. They fans will still tell you that.
We're gonna
The boys, we got five rings.
We got the ring. You the boy.
Some of these kids, some of these assholes now is yelling, but we got rings. I fool, that was in the 90s. You was born in 2000. Shut up.
Exactly.
You weren't even a twinkle in your mom and daddy's eye.
Yeah.
I think I was in kindergarten or first grade the last
Facebook user. Click the link above. Click the link.
Still a nation, baby.
Steeler Nation. Next up, we got the Buccaneers and the Giants. I think this was probably game of the week, what we were talking about earlier. So 25-23, the Buccaneers win it in a controversial ending. Some say it was passing interference. Some says it wasn't passing interference. We had talked about this earlier, kind of how it was explained, and I kind of get how it was explained earlier when I had watched ESPN and it makes perfect sense.
Before you go, it was pass interference. You're going to explain it. You explained it to me earlier. I agree with you, but it was pass interference. Go on, Tom.
Okay. Now that you're done.
Thank you, sir.
Like I said, I don't like to defend Tom Brady in any kind of way, or the Buccaneers, or just because I got Tom Brady on them. Now it gives me a reason to hate Tampa. So, the ball was not catchable. The ball was through behind him. It basically what happened was it looked like he shoved him, Josh, but he didn't shove him. He stuck his arm out. Yep. The ball was so uncatchable that it hit about right here on the defensive player, just like they explained it. If the ball would have been thrown to the pylon, and it was more of a catchable ball, then it would have been more of a call. The flag would have never been picked up, and the flag and the penalty would have stand. That very rarely do I get to sit here and say that the NFL officials got it right, but in my opinion, that one was 100% right. There was no pass interference. There wasn't no special call for Brady like there has been in the past. I honestly believe that they got that call right.
I think they got it right too. That ball was not catchable at all. And that's somebody else who should. Daniel Jones, bro, you got to get better. You got to get better.
Yeah.
That game was right there for you guys to win. You got to get better.
biggest media platform in all the NFL. Well, all of sports probably. New York,
Mhm.
minus college. Minus college, but all.
I
The
like
pro
it when they
sports.
wear the throwback helmets a little bit and they don't have the New York symbol on it. It's got the Giants.
Got the
wrote down
giant
the down.
symbol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it says Giants down the side of their helmets. I like those a little bit better. But
Yeah.
that's just me. I'm old school like that about them. That's
Right.
how it looked when I was growing up. They didn't have the New York symbol like that. That's going to be the last game we got on the schedule, guys.
All right. So before we jump into the power rankings today, I did want to discuss two things. Will was about to bring it up. The trade line deadline, I didn't think it had passed already. I thought it was ending like in the day or tomorrow. But if it has passed, do you think any teams picked up anybody that's going to really change their stars? No, from what I saw, nobody real big. Nothing shocking really happened.
They've talked all day on ESPN about how quiet it's been. It's been super quiet. It's not been. There's really no one. Like really, when you look at the teams, there's really no one that needed to trade the whole lot.
Not to interrupt you, Tommy, but I have breaking news. Brandon Randall is the new alderman for Village of Creole.
Yes! Yes! Congratulations, Brandon. You deserve it, bro.
I would clap, but I have a phone. I'll give you the clap later, Brandon.
Congratulations, bro.
Congratulations.
He lives in Louisiana. That shit's everywhere, bro.
You deserve it, man.
We're proud
Congratulations,
of
Brandon. You deserve it, man.
Yes,
Congratulations, and look for his State of the Union coming to the Paradigm Shift and Pitfall Productions.
That's going to happen. You best believe that's going to happen. Four scores and 7 years ago. That's going to happen today. That's going to happen.
William, 4 scores and 7
years ago. That's going to happen, doggone it. That's going to happen. Best believe it. I ain't letting Brandon out of that.
Congrats, Brandon. You deserve it, sir, because you are
real men of genius.
Real men of genius.
That's what you have, Louisiana. There you go.
There you go.
All right, but so like we were saying, the trade was very quiet, very quiet. No big trade, nothing like that. The biggest one I would say was Miami.
You can make more of a story of the non-trades than a trade. I mean, if Quan stays healthy, I guess that could be something. But King to the Chargers, nope. Isaiah Ford to the Patriots, that's a maybe. You can make more story more Will Fuller not going to the Packers than anything else.
Yeah, the Packers were slated to make a couple moves for actually in the Houston area, right? For Will Fuller, and
they were interested in a few, but everybody I heard was on the Texans no trade list.
And they're not trying to get.
Truly, they weren't looking for personnel. They were looking for trade picks. They were looking for picks to get them into the draft this year because they got nothing. Yeah. So, real quick before we move on to the next topic that I want to discuss before we move into the power rankings, we're going to take another commercial break. I don't usually talk about our ads, but this one is special. This just got announced today by our boy Tommy. This is big. If you are in the promo world or ever heard of promo wrestling, check this out and then check out The Revolution.
The only difference about this revolution is this revolution will be televised.
So, do you have what it takes to join the revolution? But my next topic, actually, a question was brought up while we were in that commercial that I wanted to discuss. Is he starting this next week?
According to what I heard, they do have some packages planned in for him. But Chris Godwin is supposed to come back. And also Mike Evans looks to be healthy. But yeah, I do think while you won't see him start, I think they do have some plays for him to run. And that's going to be dangerous because Evans, Godwin, Brown, Gronk, and that's going to open up so much. Your running game might be able to get going. So that's going to be very interesting to see. And my Saints are going to be able to tail in on all that. So they're going to have to be ready to play. Because if they're not ready to play, they get blown out, man. They get them blown out.
This is for the South supremacy too, so this is a huge game.
Yep.
Both
if the Saints can win this one, they 2 up on Tampa Bay. Pretty much got that division. They lose it, they 1-1. So
Tampa could be coming on late, you know. That's a great question. I'm with you, Will. I think if you guys remember, I can't remember for certain when, I mean, his last team was with the Patriots, right? Or
his
they
last team was for the Patriots.
Yeah, but he did not start that game, did he? Or did he? I can't remember. But I remember he scored first possession.
Yes, he scored.
Yeah, and he scored, and I mean they were kicking it. Antonio is a great talent. He's just got to get out of his own head.
Well, and people, I mean, Brady said it. People said it. Like him and Brady just had an instant connection. So you know that's probably going to be there again.
Yeah,
it scares me to see those two together. Truly, like.
Brady is honestly probably, I mean, love or hate the guy, he is all about his football. He's a football genius, I think, when it comes down to just the way he looks at the game. Because I mean, years and years back, 07, the year they basically should have probably won the Super Bowl, been the first 18 and 0 team or 19 and 0 team. I can't remember.
Except for Brady's kryptonite, Eli Manning.
Eli, yeah, you're
and don't
right.
forget Nick Foles did it too.
Nick Foles did it,
but Eli did it twice.
Yep.
Eli did it twice.
Yep.
Both times he faced Eli, Brady.
How funny would it be if the NFC East team knocks Brady out of the playoffs?
And you know what? I'll say this, and I will say this: if Tampa Bay has one weakness, it's that offensive line. If you can get to Brady and make him shuffle his feet,
that's always been the way.
That's going to be his heel.
That's always been Brady's weakness. You've seen that in the page. Whenever the offensive line can't protect him and keep him in that pocket, that's when he gets flustered. I've always said, if you want to beat Brady, we've already celebrated it on here, Brandon Randall. You weren't on here, but
Brandon, there you go, brother.
Randall.
I'm ready for the first scandal.
We're ready for that. Coming to the Pinfall Productions and Paradigm Shift. Congratulations, sir.
Yes.
You worked hard.
Congrats, bro. You worked
hard. For Village of Creole in Louisiana. One step closer to the President of the United States, sir.
That's right.
For that, bro. Congratulations.
If these guys can do it, you sure as hell can, bro.
Hell yeah.
Well, hey, are y'all ready for this? Power rankings are pretty interesting this week, I think, especially the number 10 spot. Number 10 spot belongs to the Arizona Cardinals. They have moved up from the number 11 spot. They're starting to look pretty good. Kyler Murray's looking really good. So
I don't understand how a team moves when they didn't play. They were on bye this week.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. They were on bye this week. I don't know how they ended the number 10 spot.
Because someone lost. You got to remember that.
Yeah, that's
next up at number 9 is the Tennessee Titans. They dropped down from being ranked number 6 in the power rankings. Now they're down to 9th with a 5-2 record. So that's understandable because they lost.
Right.
Let's see here. Number 8, New Orleans Saints. They move up from the number 9 spot with a 5-2 record.
A step in the right direction, though, William.
And like I say, they haven't been healthy all year, but hopefully this week we get Thomas and we get Emmanuel Sanders back, and let's go.
Next up, with the Buffalo Bills coming in at number 7 with a 6-2 record. They moved up from the number 8 spot. The Packers, number 6, 5-2 record. They dropped down from 5th. They shimmy down a little bit, so
that's definitely fair because they got by the Vikings.
Cougar QBs.
Next up at number 5, you got the Baltimore Ravens with a 5-2 record. They slipped down from the number 4 spot. They dropped a spot on us, so that's understandable the way they played. This hurts. Number 4 spot belongs to Tampa Bay. They moved up from number 7. They're 6-2. They move up 2 spots. The Seattle Seahawks come in at number 3, 6-1 record. And number 2 belongs to the Kansas City Chiefs at 7-1. They dropped down. No, they went even. They still had them at number 2 last week, I think. And the number 1 spot, of course, belongs to the undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers, who are 7-0. Looking like they might go to the Super Bowl.
Like I said, that's a hard team to match up with. If you look at their defense, they got playmakers on defense. Mika Fitzpatrick is no joke. No joke.
That actually brings me.
TJ Watt's playing well too.
Yeah. That actually brings me to my final question. We're halfway into the season with the playoff pictures really starting to unfold. Who do you see is making these runs? Steelers definitely got to be in that conversation. 7-0. Looking,
you got to put Seattle in that too.
I think after y'all talk tonight, you definitely have to put Indy and Tennessee. Tennessee needs to get right, like get out of their head, whatever. I don't know, but they need to get right. Both of those teams could be making a run. We've been talking about Seattle all season. Packers, KW, I just don't know about the Packers. 2-3 weeks ago, we were saying definitely Super Bowl contenders. The last 2 or 3 weeks, teams have been finding their weaknesses. And
if they do limp, they might limp into there. They'll limp into the playoffs.
But this is the thing. They limp into the playoffs. Brady hits that playoff mode, or not Brady, I'm sorry. Rodgers hits that playoff mode. He could easily run them through the playoffs to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
I think the thing with Green Bay is the fact that they might win it because of that division is terrible. Division sucks. You got the Lions, they're underachieving. You got the Vikings, they're underachieving. The Bears can't score. They're having a hard time putting points on the board. He might take them like the Packers did a couple of years ago, get past the first round, but then lose to someone like Atlanta in the second. I can't see them going to Super Bowl.
Well, like a Saint team, I see the NFC South and NFC West being the 2 strong divisions there with the Seahawks, and the Cardinals both on the top 10 list.
And don't forget too, the NFC East gonna have somebody coming out of there. Yeah, I don't know who it's gonna be, but somebody coming out. They're gonna get a home playoff game. That's ridiculous.
Let's go Washington football team.
Man,
they need to lose just so they change that damn name. God, I hate it, man. I hate it.
You make it to the playoffs, you get a name.
Yeah.
You get a name. Don't worry about no home game. You get a name.
Yeah. So before we move on to our last couple of segments, we're going to go for our last commercial break there, and we'll be right back. All right, so that brings us to Player of the Week. I like putting people on the spot if you haven't seen. So we're to put our guest on the spot. This is Justin Hicks. Who is your Player of the Week?
Player of the Week, Dalvin Cook, 4 touchdowns. He killed me in fantasy. That's all I have to say. I didn't have him. Seems like I have every Viking minus him and Kirk Cousins, and I wouldn't take Kirk Cousins if I was getting some kickback on him right now. But yeah, Dalvin Cook is my Player of the Week. I wanted to say something bad, but my mom's listening, and I know we got a good group in the crowd that are probably the evangelical Christian type.
Not if they're watching this show.
Not on this show, bro.
All right,
Damn.
Tommy, Player of the Week.
I'll see. Last week I gave it to Kansas City's defense. I think this week I'm gonna give it to Pittsburgh's. If it wasn't for Pittsburgh's D, they probably wouldn't be 7-0. So I don't like to point out one single player. So I'll give it to Pitts. I'll give it to their D.
Will.
I give it to my boy Alvin Kamara. Without Alvin Kamara, the Saints would be sunk. They wouldn't be nowhere within striking distance of anybody right now. And with the way that defense is playing, I got to give it to Alvin Kamara.
That's a great.
Yeah. I've got to agree with Tommy. Like, to me, the Steelers D they're resembling very much the Steel Curtain. I'm surprised a reporter hasn't already coined them like Steel Curtain 2.0 or something.
And remember,
they're unstoppable right now.
And remember, guys, no Devin Bush. He's out for the season. He was their play caller, and they're still doing this.
And he's kind of like the future bright spot, already kind of like a co-leader, co-captain on the team in year 2, and he got hurt very early.
He's what you saw out of J.J. Watt when God, I can't even remember his name now. The guy who went to the Bills, Will. He was our first round pick.
Oh God, Ed.
No, not Ed Reed.
Ed Oliver.
No, not Ed Oliver. Oh God, I can't think of his name. But he was one of our defensive ends. He went out in one of JJ's first years, and you saw JJ step up.
Sorry.
And just really be that leader, and that's impressive to see out of a young guy. It shows that he's going to step up when it's ready to. It's needed.
Mario Williams. Sorry,
Mario Williams. Thank you. That's
I'm Mario. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Say that, Justin. That's why you make the big bucks at pinfall, buddy.
That's why
right.
you make the bucks.
Right. No, I thought
that, and because he's my personal hype man.
That's right, El Presidente Cyborg, baby, the man, the myth, the legend. Look at him show his 6-pack. That's what he was aiming to do right there.
Showing off the back brace that makes me the board, man.
Hey, this is the only production, pinfall production. This is great, by the way. We have an alderman, a president, and I don't know what you call the rest of us, but a great
and the natural talent.
There you go. Without William H.D. Morgan's beautiful smile and enthusiasm.
That smile was real big at the beginning of this show. Oh shit!
You see how your boy got me at the beginning, man? He got me big time,
dude. I ripped him like hardcore.
He didn't know what was coming either. He was just like up in the intro, and it was like, boom, there's Will's face all along the screen.
Man, I'll catch myself. They say you don't even know how many times you touch your face or whatever in a day. Mm-hmm. And I'll catch myself like picking my nose or whatever. And somebody will be talking to me. I'm like, huh? What? So I got to watch it. But Tommy D also, he puts the sex appeal in restraining order. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something nice to say.
Restraining order?
He puts the sex appeal in repeal. And
hey, we done made it very clear that there ain't but one person at pinfall that is the panty dropper.
Real men of genius.
Real men of genius. The panty dropper is now the alderman.
The alderman.
Real quick, our last segment of the night. One of my favorites.
Please tell me that you looked up the history before you played that.
You know what? I don't need none of your lip anymore, Tommy. Yes, you did. Actually, 1996, Jerry Rice becomes the first NFL player for the to catch 1,000 career receptions.
Wow.
He was playing 49ers at the time. He was one of my first favorite football players.
I think that name sounds familiar, Jerry Rice. I think it's like ringing a bell up there somewhere. I mean, yeah.
And the thing with Jerry that people forget, he wasn't that great of a speedster. He was just a guy that knew how to get open.
Yeah,
he got open. He had some of the best hands in the game. Between his knowledge of getting open and able to catch the football the way that he did, that's what made him so great. And
he had to get a quarterback too, though. So
and he had two great quarterbacks.
Yeah, two of them.
I watched him in Oakland. I remember him in Oakland, and I'm like, "Oh my God, this is the guy they say is the best receiver of all time." and I mean, he was good, but I was like, "Really?"
Yeah, he wasn't. He was never that speed demon that you expect now. But in terms of, like I said, catching the football and getting open, there was nobody better. Nobody better.
Another little piece of history on this day: Providence became the first NFL team to host a game at night under floodlights. The game was against the Cardinals, 1929.
I bet they beat the Cardinals.
I bet they did.
Probably.
They just now got good in 2020, the year everything falls to hell.
The year everything go to hell, Kyler Murray up here balling.
So it is that time. It is the time where we make fools out of ourselves some more. No, not really. We just shamelessly plug the crap out of ourselves right now. Tommy, you announced something big today. We already discussed it a little bit, but you present it better than I do, I guess, with that beautiful face of yours. So go right ahead, sir. Tell us about the Revolution.
Well, let's see. It's a promo group that I've decided to start based on how I don't like how other promo groups are being ran. I don't like the way that they've been doing things. Basically, what you have probably 2 million promo groups, and they all do videos the same. They all do promos the same. They basically load them up. What we're going to try to do through Pinfall is we're actually going to have a live show where basically what it runs, it's all going to be run through StreamYard, just like you're seeing here. So you'll have commentators. We've already got those in play. We're trying to fill out the card now. I know we got a handful of guys. We probably need at least 2 or 3 more to go ahead and fill the card on out. The faster that we get the card filled out, the faster the event will happen. Once a month, you'll have it's a bi-weekly show is how we're going to try to run it. Bi-weekly, you'll have a event, basically like a Raw or a SmackDown. You'll have pay-per-views once a month, and to see those pay-per-views, you have to join Pinfall.
Pinfall YouTube. They will only air on Pinfall YouTube and our future Pinfall radio station.
Yep, that's the only way you'll be able to see pay-per-views. You can join the page Revolution, which should have the symbol. Let's see where to go. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
It may not be in this folder, this brand.
It's not. It's in this other one. There you go. Look for this symbol. That is the symbol that you need to be looking for. That's the right group. Join that one. You can see all the hot videos and stuff through there. Also, we'll have regular shows. We're talking about it now. We're looking for more people. I'm looking for people to do regular shows on the page through the week. It has to be promo related or wrestling related type show. So
you will be able to catch Paradigm Shift on Revolution starting this week. You'll catch the Underground, I'm sure, on Revolution starting this week. Got a lot of, me and Tommy are talking about a few shows, a lot of cool things, hopefully to bring the promo world to more people and to show them the awesome things that promo wrestling stars can do.
Just put it out there for people who don't know, in the promo world, We actually are having a belt being made. You'll actually get to physically win a belt, hold a belt, defend a belt, just like you would if it's about as close as you can get to living out your wrestling dreams if you ever wanted to be a professional wrestler without actually getting in a ring. It's about as close as you can get to it. You develop your character. You got guys there to help you help you build through it. So it's really fun. It can be really fun as long as you let it stay fun. Let's put it that way.
Don't take it too seriously. It's a hobby.
It's a hobby. It's all in good fun. It's basically if you don't know exactly what a promo is, look at rap battles, but in a wrestling type style. That's about the best way I can explain it to someone. So,
but all right, Mr. Will, your turn, sir.
Yes, I will be back with these fine gentlemen tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, my time, 9 p.m. Central for the Paradigm Shift Wrestling Podcast. Then after that, I'll be back here on Pinfall Productions on Saturday for the next exciting adventure, the Geek Gauntlet Podcast. Me, Gene, the Moose Man, and Shaw will be back with me. And then after that, it'll be this fine show once again on Tuesdays, the Huddle Podcast with these same gentlemen. So definitely check us out on Pinfall Productions. You'll be glad you did.
Mr. Will covered it all. You can catch these two fine gentlemen every Saturday morning on the Gridiron Podcast. Mr. Tommy, Mr. Justin. They bring you all the news and not all of them, because I'm sorry, I don't follow college football like y'all do. There's way too many, but they give you the big ones and they cover it. Also, real quick, my shameless plug of the night is, do you have a podcast or a podcast idea? Then we want to talk to you. Send me, Will, or Tommy a direct message. Let us know, and we can help you make that podcast a reality. We're always looking for hosts. If you don't have an idea, but you think you have a personality for podcasts, reach out to us. We might have an idea that we can put you in. So if you're interested, please reach out to us. We appreciate that. Anybody got anything else? Did I miss anything?
Real quick, I want to say thank you to my League of Darkness guys for coming through. This is the first time I've streamed this on my William Morgan Media page. So I want to thank all my League of Darkness guys for coming through. KW, Kakarot, thank you guys. I appreciate y'all showing up, showing your love and support.
I think this and Paradigm Shift will be airing on William Morgan Media weekly now, because he is now finally on the StreamYard for Pinfall and not paying 2 fees.
but he's got it like that though. So
yeah,
man, please.
Check out my OnlyFans, guys. Fat Bottom Boy. Sorry, go ahead.
Justin, give us both the credit. It's our OnlyFans, sir. It's a joint account. Joint account. The Fat Bottom Boys.
Boys. He said boys.
With a Z.
Boys.
But thank you guys for joining us tonight. Please join us tomorrow night for the Paradigm Shift.
Yes.
Thank y'all. This has been an awesome show. So much fun. I got to say it too, Will. The comments were amazing tonight. They made the show. And they were laughing at all our stupid shit. So
yes.
We do lots of stupid shit. So that's
much stupid.
Thank you, Link. I appreciate you guys coming through. Thank you,
y'all
Link.
should definitely go find Pinfall Productions and join the group there. Catch all our other shows. But we love you guys. Thank you very much. We'll see y'all tomorrow night.